Today, I want to talk about something that might flip the way that you think about manifesting your desires. If you're anything like me or the people that I work with, you've probably spent a lot of time focusing on what you want or even what you don't want: love, money, success, peace, security, fulfillment, joy, all of these things, right? You've probably journaled on it. You've probably visualized it, did the affirmations, tried to get into the vibe of having it, meditating, done all of the things. And maybe it feels like no matter what you've done, it's still not here or it hasn't fully shown up. Or when it does come, it doesn't feel or look the way that you thought it would. And here's the truth that I want to offer for you today. The point, the point in doing the work, the point in manifestation is not in the getting or receiving what it is that you want. And I know that that's like, what do you mean? Like, of course, that's the point. I want the thing. I'm doing the work to get the thing. That's the point. That's not actually the point. The point is who you become on the way to receiving it. And I'm going to go into this a little bit deeper. And once you get to this place of like fully understanding this, life gets a lot more fun, and a lot more easeful. So your desires are not random. They are your intuition, your body, your soul's way of saying, hey, there's a version of you that is already loved, that is already safe, that is already abundant. And I want to guide you back to being her or him. Why? Okay. We are born. I'm laughing because of the visuals that I'm getting, but it's like we are born with way more knowledge than we know that we actually are born with. And it is conditioned and brainwashed out of us by society, by our parents, by family, by school, by all of it. Because if everybody was living this way, with allowing your intuition to lead, with allowing I was like support system, your guides, like to have you go the path that your soul came here to be, the world would look a lot different and it wouldn't be great for the way that the world is currently structured. And so there is a point of why we learn all of these things, and now we get to unlearn them. And it's not like go back to being who you were when you were born, but it's like cleaning the slate so you can be who you are meant to be in this moment. And when I say meant to be, it's not like, oh, you should be this, you should be that. It's who you actually are desiring to be on like a cellular level. Most people think that manifestation is about getting the thing. Like, of course, people come to me and they're like, Ashley, I want to learn how to manifest money. It's like, okay, that's what they think the point is. But really, the desire, the need are invitations that are showing you who you're here to become. So when you say that you want more money, I'm just laughing because it's like I remember when these concepts were unfolding in my life, and I was like, this is such crap. Like, there's no way. And now being on the other side of it, I can laugh about it because it was like I was so stubborn and I was so resistant to allowing these truths to fully land in my system. And so I know that it's probably, or it could be difficult to hear and to understand. And that is completely okay. Where you're at is perfect. So I'm just letting you know that like we all go through this, but money isn't the point. Money isn't the point. The feeling of being safe and supported and allowing being in the state of allowing yourself to receive is important. So when you say you want more money, your intuition might start nudging you to rest more, to say no when you mean no, to trust deeper. And it's like, okay, but what does that have to do with money? Because in order to get the money, you have to become the version of you that has the money. And the version of you that has the money is not the version that is hopefully stressed out and overworking and burnt out, right? And it's like by becoming the version of you that you actually want to be in having the money, then it's like you're in, I hate this word too because it's so cliche, but then you become in alignment with your desires. You become in alignment with having the money, and then the money can come. But what you're going to find is that when you become the version of you that is in alignment with having more money, you feel safe and supported, you're able to actually hold more of that desire. You're able to not just hold it, not just receive it, but be in flow with it and not have such resistance to it. And so that creates so much more ease in the receiving and holding because you have become the version of you that feels safe and secure in receiving. So when you say you want love, your intuition might guide you to open your heart, to soften, to stop performing and start being honest. And this is like the same thing as with money, right? It's like, oh, once I meet the person that makes me feel safe, then I will let my heart open, then I will soften, then I will be who I truly am. And it's like that's not actually how it works. I mean, yeah, some people might find their person doing that, but it's not the norm, and it's not the quote unquote easy way to do it. It is not full of ease. There's probably going to be a lot of conflict, and I'm just seeing like trying to walk through quicksand. It's like, yeah, you might get there, but it's like, oh, fucking painful, right? So anyways, having the love, receiving the love is not the actual point. Yeah. I mean, it is part of the point, but it is not the point. The actual point is being in the energy of, so being the version of you that is seen and chosen. And that starts with you. That starts with opening your heart and softening to yourself, not performing and not like trying to be the cool person or trying to like be somebody that you're not in order to receive love. It's about opening and softening and pouring into yourself first and being the version of you that is chosen because you're choosing yourself. Being the version of you that trusts that the person that is meant for you and I don't love I don't love any of the cliche terms, but like meant for you, I don't necessarily know that it has to be somebody that is like destined to be with you, but that's just an easy way to phrase it. But I don't even want to say you have to, but you have to become that version of yourself first because then you're a match to it. And receiving the love, that's great. Like receiving your person, of course, is ideal. But the point is you becoming the version of you that already has it because the whole fucking point is your experience. It is what are you experiencing in your day to day? What are you experiencing in this moment? Are you experiencing yourself as somebody that doesn't have enough? Are you experiencing yourself as somebody that doesn't, it's like you work really hard and at the end of the month you have enough to pay your bills, but that's it. Or you're attracting a lot of attention and you're going on a lot of dates, but it's just like, oh, right? Or are you the version of you that is experiencing feeling deep amounts of gratitude and success in love and money. And it may not look like that outwardly, but your experience internally is that. Like it just fucking feels better. And when you like lock into this way of being, the external stuff comes because it has to, right? So back to my point. If it's not about chasing the thing, if it's about being in every moment, and it's not like you have to be walking around every second of every day being like asking these questions, but the majority of the time, enough of the time, who am I being? What version of me is my intuition inviting me into? What would it feel like to be her already? So your intuition is your roadmap. your intuition is the part of you that knows the way, that can like zoom out and see bigger picture and see the steps that you might not be able to see that are coming. And so it's like it's guiding you, but it's like the smoothest. I was seeing like a sailboat, and it's like, do you need to put the sails up? Not necessarily. Like you could be rowing, but if you put the sails up and let the wind take you, it's it's like easier. It's less resistance. It's quicker probably too, even. So your intuition is the part of you that knows the way, even when it doesn't make sense to your logical mind. This is the point that I cannot say enough, that your intuition already knows the way, even when it doesn't make sense to your logical mind. How many times this has been true for myself or my clients where it's like, holy fuck, I could have never imagined that happening. I could have never imagined that I would receive money in this way. I could have never imagined that this person would have stepped up and done this thing. I could have never imagined that the person that I'm like meant for is this person. Or like my clients like, oh, mm, whatever, it doesn't matter. But the ways in which things play out will not necessarily make sense to your logical mind. And I actually find this to be really a lot of fun because it's like, if you're like me, you've been conditioned to predict or prepare or overanalyze the ways in which things can go in order to have safety. And so when you start to step back from that and allow your intuition to guide you, it's like so surprising the way that things can unfold. And instead of feeling a lack of control, I've decided to feel excitement and enjoyment in the unfolding, and it has been way more fun. Your intuition will guide you to release what's not you, right? So the programming, the proving, the pretending, the trying to keep up with other people or things that you thought you needed to have or be, so that you can return to your natural state whole, worthy, loved, chosen, at peace. That's the real manifestation. Manifestation, not forcing, not controlling the outcomes, but remembering who you are and experiencing life from that place. When you start living as the version of you who already feels loved, safe, protected, abundant, your world rearranges to match it. So the point is, you have the desire, you line up to receive the desire. And it's the desire is not the fucking point. The point is you becoming that version of yourself that has it, because then naturally what happens is you receive your desire. But when you become that version, it's worth more than what the actual desire was. So for example, if you're like, Ashley, like I want to manifest $10,000. Like that would solve all my problems. I would feel great. Life would be good. Help me do this. And so we start doing the work to do it. And then you become the version of you that has the $10,000. And you're like, I actually don't even fucking care about the $10,000 now because this feels amazing. I feel great. And like that's the point. The point is not the thing. And once you get to that place, it's like the money comes easily and effortlessly. Like the same is true with love. But the point for me, the point in all of this is becoming that version of you, because there is nothing that feels better than being the version of you that is living your authentic truth, that is being guided by something bigger than just your human logical brain. It's exciting and it's fun, and you still get the thing that you wanted. Like you still get what you originally thought the point was. Because when you do this, it's like you attract people who mirror your worth. You start to see opportunities that honor your energy. So if you wanted more money, it's like you don't want to be burnt out. So maybe a new job comes, or maybe you get a promotion and it becomes easier, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, all of the different ways. But it's not because you earned these things, but because you finally became available for what's already always been yours. So if you've been chasing and you're ready to start becoming, this is your reminder. You don't need to manifest harder. You don't need to trust deeper. I'm sorry, you do need to trust deeper. You don't need to manifest harder. What you do need is to trust deeper. And it's like, trust what? Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust your body's signals. Trust that the becoming leads to the having. And we have been trained to believe that the having is what leads to the becoming. Well, once I have the $10,000, then I'll be the woman that has the $10,000. And it's like, no, the becoming, I'm the woman that has $10,000. Therefore, I receive the $10,000. And the becoming, the being her now is the point. The experience of knowing that I am loved, that I am safe, that I am abundant, that I am protected, that I am full of joy, that I am at peace, that is the point. And then everything lines up to reflect that. So it's not like, oh, you just drop the desire. It's flip the way that you are looking at it and the way that you are experiencing your reality. Your intuition already knows the way, and your desires are not like dangling carrots. They are breadcrumbs home. So this is exactly the work that we do in my world. And if you're interested in hearing more, you can subscribe to my channel. You can look at the link in my bio, and I'll see you in the next video.